I thought, thank y'all for joining the live. Let's start there. We're gonna talk about income tax here. So yesterday, I made a Facebook post talking about I don't do income tax here, and then I made a TikTok video stating that I don't do income tax here, and I list my reasons, and I talked about some things that I've experienced, and a couple people got offended. A couple people got in their feelings. A couple people wanted to defend the people who could only come during income tax season. Gosh, no problem with that. Because I knew I was going to trigger a couple of people with that. You know, this is the time of the year where people are, using their last pay stub to go ahead and get an advance on their tax returns. So I get it. I remember experiencing stuff like that growing up, having to wait till mama got, having to wait on Christmas. Christmas really was Taxmas, because Christmas we ate well, but we didn't get any extra gifts until Taxmas. Okay, got it, cool, no problem. Oh, my bad. If you're new here, my name is Courtney, also known as Coco, your client centricity coach, and I'm here to help experienced hairstylists elevate their business and increase their client retention rates so that they can work without hustling, okay? And income tax here is the topic of discussion today. So let's get right on into it. So what is income tax here? Income tax here, and I keep looking down because I got this what's the thing? I got the little mirror screen. So that's why I was looking down at the camera, but I need to look here at the camera. I was looking at the screen, but not the camera. So what is income tax here? Income tax here, initially when I first started saying I don't do income tax hair, I was referring to wigs and weaves and hairstyles of that sort where people don't have to come back for a long period of time. Because my ideal client comes into the salon weekly, bi-weekly, or at least once a month. Those are my people. That's my tribe. Also, I said I didn't do income tax hair because I don't do any weaves. I don't do any wigs. Like, I stopped doing crochet probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I stopped doing quick weaves and sew-ins probably like 4 or 5 years ago. So that's what I call income tax hair. Hair that people can come in once a quarter, once every 6 to 8 weeks, and get their hair done. So that's what I consider income tax hair. But me personally, I prefer my clients to come in, like I said, weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, because I service people who want healthy, happy hair. They come in because they have a hair goal. I help people with their hair goals, specifically natural hair, Black women with their hair goals. So if you want hair out down your back, hey, let's work on a regimen to get it growing all the way down your back. If you want your little girl's hair braided every 2 weeks so you don't have to do it, let's go ahead and do that. If you want to wear a protective style because you're now in a season where you are working out more and you want to maintain a great hairstyle, but you don't have the time to do your hair every day because you're now going to the gym after work or before work, cool, let's do that. So I help women with their lifestyle hair, in a sense, with their hair goals and then hair that fits their lifestyle. Okay. So for me, I can't build a business based on income tax hair because those type of hairstyles, and people who get those type of hairstyles or who want to come in only during income tax season, they're only going to come in for a certain amount of time. I can't build a business off of people who are just going to come in between January and April. I can't build my business that way because I got another 8 months out of the year that I still got to feed my child and clothe my child and, take care of her extracurricular activities, feed and clothe myself. I can't feed and clothe myself off of working just January through April or working with clients who can just come in January through April. I need the clients that are gonna come bi-weekly. Like, I just got my Square report for the year of 2024, and my number one client came to me 38 times. 38 visits. Out of 52 weeks, out of 12 months, she came in 38 times. And yes, I do have a reward for her. I'm going to get that all together for her, because I thank her so much for trusting me with her hair, trusting to sit in my chair, and trusting my knowledge and skills. Okay? So, listen, if you were offended, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. If you were offended by me saying I don't do income tax hair, or if you had to wanted to come and justify why you do income tax hair, and if you want to tell me that, hey, I do income tax hair and birthday hair and Easter hair and Mother's Day hair, listen, you ain't got to do none of that. You ain't got to prove nothing to me, because I said what I said, and I said it for me. I ain't said it for you. You don't have to do what I do, okay? But what I know about me, I'm no longer in the business of chasing bags. Not gonna do it. I don't chase bags. I hold my hand out and I catch them. Yes, I catch bags. I work my business in a way where I'm actually planning my business around my life, not the other way around. And when you plan your business around your life, you have a happier, healthier, more fulfilling, enjoyable life. Like, I'm to the point now where I don't work weekends in my salon business. That was a sacrifice I was willing to make for the ability to be able to spend time with my daughter and my husband. Listen, if you have children, and I saw this early in my career, I saw hairstylists sacrificing their child's childhood for the sake of standing behind a chair and making money to provide for them. Don't get me wrong. I want you to make money and provide for your child, provide for your family. However, if it's at the expense of your child's childhood, because listen, kids are only going to be kids for 18 years. That's it. That's all you're getting. Nothing more. So you got 18 years to spend with this kid as a kid, to get to know them in every stage of their childhood. Because for the rest of your life and the rest of their life, they're going to be an adult. I want to spend as much time with my child in her childhood as I possibly can, because that is a limited time. So I choose not to work weekends. And I'm glad I made that choice, because we got Girl Scouts coming up, baby. We got to sell these cookies. We got to sling these cookies across the city. But she's learning entrepreneurship skills from that. She's in the band, so she's learning music and science in band. And my friend from high school is the band director. So I'm able to be there because I don't work weekends and I'm in charge of my own schedule. I'm able to be there for her. She's also in my sororities youth group, so I can take her to meetings on Saturdays, because that's when they have meetings. I'm available to my child. My husband want to go on date night, baby, we going on date night, because I make sure that I run my business around my life, not my life working around my business. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So because I choose to run my business around my life, it has created a more sustainable lifestyle for me, because I started to be a full-time hairstylist because I wanted a better life than the life I was given when I was working a 9-to-5. Because you can only do so much when you're working a 9-to-5. You got to ask for permission to take a day off. You got to ask for permission to stay home with your sick child. You got to ask for permission to go to the child's after school activities. You got to ask for permission to go to Honors Day. I didn't want to ask for permission to do any of that. I wanted to be in charge of my own schedule. I wanted the freedom and flexibility to make as much money as I wanted to make, to be able to attend her events, to be able to travel and live my own life. Like last month, I went to New Orleans just because I had no reason to actually go. My husband had a conference and I just wanted to tag along. And that's what I did because I can. My clients understand because guess what? My clientele is made up of women who actually have a lifestyle as well, who want to live life as well. They don't want to just go to work, pay bills, and die. That's it. No. We living lives, baby. We thriving in 2025, baby, and beyond. So this is what I knew I needed to do in order to build a lifestyle where I was catching bags and not chasing bags, where I had a more sustainable lifestyle that was better than the lifestyle that I had when I was working a 9-to-5. What I had to do first, I had to figure out what I wanted to do to get there. And for me, the lowest hanging fruit, I'm very skilled with my hands, but I've always been a skilled hairstylist. I have always been able to braid. Since I can remember, I've been able to braid or twist or plait or something. So I always knew I was going to work in the beauty industry in some form of fashion, as far as hair was concerned. And then I had to realize or decide on how much I was willing to sacrifice to get there. To build this life where I didn't have to ask for permission, to build a lifestyle where I did not have to ask for permission, but instead I served notice. I had to decide on how much I was willing to sacrifice. And don't get me wrong, I've been a hairstylist for 11 years. So in the beginning, I wasn't doing all of this. When I first got out of cosmetology school, I did what I saw everybody else doing. You leave cosmetology school, you go rent a booth, and you hustle. That was it. That's all I knew. So a lot of my daughter's early years, I missed out on some stuff. And that's one of my biggest regrets in working as a hairstylist. I did miss out on some of those early moments. My sister caught them though. So I do have pictures and video, but I wasn't there firsthand. And that still breaks my heart a little bit as a mom. So there were some sacrifices I made. Like missing out on some things when my daughter, probably when she was from ages up until she was about 3, I missed out on quite a few things. And that was a sacrifice I was willing to make at that time because I was trying to make sure she was taken care of. At the time, I was a single mom. I had the help of my mom and my sister, but I was the sole parent doing everything. So those are sacrifices that I had to make. But now, because I am in a position to have that sustainable lifestyle, or I wanted that sustainable lifestyle, I knew I was no longer willing to sacrifice my daughter's childhood in order to make I was not willing to sacrifice my daughter's childhood in order to make the money. I had to figure out a way for the money to come to me. So the next thing that I had to do to figure out how to make the money come to me, because I was no longer willing to sacrifice my daughter's childhood, I had to realize had to decide on what else I'm not willing to sacrifice. I'm not willing to sacrifice doing services that I didn't want to do. I am no longer willing to sacrifice coming into work early and staying late. I was no longer willing to sacrifice those late nights. Like I had nights where I was in the salon until almost midnight. I'm like, nah, if I can't get your hair done between now, where I am, if I can't get your hair done between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., it won't get done. Listen, I understand. I work with working women. But also what I learned, what working women taught me, what working women taught me was that they will take a half day, they will take a whole day off of work in order to get their hair done. They will come into your shop with the laptop in tow, asking you for the Wi-Fi password so they can work and get their hair done. So because they were willing to sacrifice some of their PTOs, I was no longer willing to sacrifice and having late salon hours or very early salon hours or even working on weekends. So I stopped. I stopped working weekends. I stopped working late nights because they told me, they showed me, you don't have to sacrifice all your family time for the sake of somebody coming in after work. They'll figure it out. And they did. Those that figured it out. Those that did not, they moved on. I also had to be willing. Another thing, in order to get there, I had to be willing to sacrifice some of my clients in order to get to a place where I was no longer doing income tax here. That means when I stopped working weekends, those clients that can only come weekends, they had to go. They had to go find somebody else. When I said I didn't want to work late nights, those clients who had to come in, they didn't get off work till 6 or 7, they had to find somebody else to do their hair. Those clients that were willing to come in early in the morning, I couldn't take care of them either because, see, I have to get my daughter to school in the mornings. That's on me. I do drop off every morning. And I'm not willing to sacrifice our morning conversations, our mommy and me time, for the sake of being in a salon in somebody's head. So I stopped coming in early in the morning. Now, I will say you got to also look at your physical limitations, your mental capacity when it comes to doing income tax hair. What kind of clients usually come in during income tax season that don't come in any other time? A lot of times these are clients that nickel and dime you. So they're penny, they can be penny pinchers. They can be people who just don't align with you on a mental or spiritual level. Like, they might be exhausting or draining, like energy vampires. No, gotta get those people out of there. What other kind of people? Other kind of people that come during income tax season that normally won't come any other time. Some people want something for nothing. They don't even want to spend their income tax money. They want, well, can you just throw that in? No, I can't just throw that in. No. So, like I said, also you got to look at physical limitations when it comes to, I had to look at physical limitations and in mental capacity. Yeah, can I physically, or am I capable of doing 10 clients in a day? Yes, fully capable of doing that. However, will I be mentally and physically and emotionally exhausted when I'm done? Absolutely. And see, chasing the bag and running behind income tax clients and throwing the special to do, and I got to talk about doing specials, but chasing the bag, you can exhaust yourself chasing the bag. Yes, all of these people want appointments during income tax season. Yes, they're calling and texting, they're booking online, all of that stuff. But what that can do for you is exhaust you to the point where you are in the hospital. And you're no good to yourself. You're no good to those clients. You're no good to your family. You're no good to your friends. You can't even chase a bag because you have chased a bag to exhaustion. And that is not the point of this. That's not the point of being an entrepreneur. That's not the point of being a hairstylist, is to chase bags until you're exhausted. I know you want to live a life where you can go and travel when you finally retire from behind the chair. You can go and spend time with family members and friends and host events and go to dinners and brunches when you retire from behind the chair. You don't want to retire from behind the chair and you are physically unable to go and do things because you have worn your body out. I don't do income tax hair because I refuse to wear my body out. because chasing a bag. Let me give you an example. So, discounts and sales and doing income tax specials. I will let you know that I have not had a special. I have not thrown a special, done a deal in 7 years. And the last time I did one, it took off so well, I didn't have to do another one. If you want the details on the special that I did that built my clientele to the point where I didn't have to have another one, I need you can DM me. Click that link in my, click that link in my bio, click that link in my Stand Store link, and then join my mailing list, and we'll talk there, because I'll send it out to my people on my mailing list. But listen, having a deal, a special, a discount, let's look at it this way. Let me tell you how you can exhaust yourself by having specials. So let's say you're having a income tax season special. Whatever your top service is, whatever the most popular service is, you're doing it for $100 flat. You want to make $1,000 in a day, so you take on 10 clients. Oh yeah, 10 clients. That'll be $1,000 in a day. You have literally touched, been in front of, exchange energy with 10 different people. You probably start at 4 day in the morning, as my grandma would say. So you started, let's say you start at 6 and you stay until 12 midnight. You've literally worked 18 hours. Have you eaten during that time? During 18 hours, you should have eaten at least 3 times and had at least 3 snacks. A lot of times, hairstylists do not eat the way that they should. They skip meals. As hairstylists, we skip meals. We don't drink enough water. We stand on our feet every day. We don't get enough exercise in. We develop varicose veins and fat swollen ankles and whatever else you can develop by standing on your feet all day. So you stood on your feet for 18 hours, taking care of 10 clients. I'm exhausted thinking about it. Yeah, you made that $1,000. However, you're too exhausted to spend that $1,000. You're too exhausted to spend time with your family. And you just use 18 hours to make $1,000. 1,000 divided by 18 is what? So yeah, you might have made $1,000. But what's that? Try to drop it in the comments. What is 1,000 divided by 18? I can guarantee you it's not worth it. It's less than $100 an hour. So you just exhausted yourself for less than $100 an hour? When you could have been working smarter. If you had 10 clients, if you had clients that came from your target audience that were not income tax hair clients, they were paying full price, and they purchased retail. Let's say they just paid full price. We ain't even talking about retail right now. Let's just say they paid full price for whatever service. So you did $100 special on a $250 service. So you did 10 clients in a day to make $1,000 instead of doing 4 clients in a day to make $1,000. And you probably could have been done with those 4 clients before 5 o'clock. And you could have started at, let's say you start at 9 or 8. Let's say you start at 8. You do 2 clients before noon and 2 clients afternoon. And you're done by 5, no later than 6 o'clock. That means you're not exhausted. You can go and spend your money, invest your money, save your money. You can go and spend time with your family. You say, oh, I made $1,000 today. I'm paying myself today. I'm taking my profit of whatever you're taking. Let's say you take half a profit. I'm taking my $500. I'm going to treat my family to dinner and a movie. Doesn't that sound a whole lot better than you being exhausted and passed out on the salon floor because you took care of 10 clients in one day and spent 18 hours doing it instead of spending 8? That's why I don't do income tax hair. I'm not going to exhaust myself to oblivion for money. And you will hear people say, well, she just don't want to make no money. No, all money ain't good money. You think I'm gonna let you come in my shop and worry me, nickel and dime me, drain me of my energy for $100? Or for less than, I put like this, for less than what I'm worth? I think not. So hairstylists, I know I might have offended some of y'all clients, people who, customers, potential customers. I know I probably offended some of y'all. But what I want hairstylists to know is who is for you is for you. Those people who are going to empower you, who are going to love you, those clients who are going to love the skill, love what you offer, work with you, the clients that you love on and care about, they will come to you. The clients that align with you will come to you, and you'll know those who align with you because they will stick and stay around. My clients, my average, I don't want to call it, it's not shelf life. My average, I said the average length of time that my clients stay with me is about 3.5 years. Now, do I have clients that have been with me longer? Absolutely. I have one client, she started coming to me before she graduated from high school. She has now graduated from college and is a married woman. Okay? I get tears in my eyes when I think about it because I'm like, she was just a baby when she started coming to me. Oh my gosh. But she is a grown woman, okay? She's a grown woman taking care of herself. And then I have, so she's been coming to me, probably since 2017. So 8 years maybe. And then, I'm parked under the tree. And then I have clients who, they just found me online. Just booked their second appointment. Not even, they found me, like I said, they found me online. They don't even live here for real. Like, they're here visiting. But on their second appointment. So, hey, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. You might be in your feelings because I say I don't do income tax hair. But it's somebody out here who loves me for what I do offer. So, hairstylists, if you want to earn consistent income without depending on income tax hair, without having to hustle, without having to have specials all the time, if you want to build that loyal, consistent, steady clientele, if you want to enjoy weekends off, okay, if you want to increase your client retention rate by at least 80%, I have a way for you to learn how to do that and work with me in doing it. Okay, I have what I call the strategic stylist session. It is literally a one-on-one session. It's a one-on-one 90-minute virtual planning session. You and I are going to get on Zoom. We're going to plan your 2025 so you can thrive in 2025, okay? We are literally going to plan your business so that your business works around your life, not the other way around. So in this session, I'm going to teach you how to minimize the no-shows and the cancellations. And the, what's the other thing? The people coming in late. We are going to maximize your income potential by actually doing things that align with who you are. I'm going to show you how to make a business that aligns with who you are and how you naturally operate so that everything just flows. It's not we're not struggling to make the things happen. We're not struggling to make business happen. Business is just happening because that's how business works. Money is just flowing to you and not you going to run behind the money, okay? And then we're going to optimize the freedom and flexibility of entrepreneurship, because you do have freedom and flexibility as an entrepreneur. You are a hairstylist. You do not have to chase a bag. You can just catch them. Okay? So if you want to work with me in the strategic stylist session, that is a $249 investment. Yes, there are payment options available if you want to break it up in order to make sure you get a session. But get a session. Get a session. If this has been an ongoing thing, if you always had to, if you've had slow seasons in your business, you need a strategic stylist session. If you are gearing up for income tax season so that you can go and chase the bag, you need a strategic stylist session. If you want to take off when your kids get out of school at the end of this year for Christmas break, you need a strategic stylist session. If you want to be able to take your kids somewhere for spring break, for summer break, if you want to go ahead and have school clothes taken care of by the end of June, you need a strategic stylist session. If you want to plan that vacation, that girls trip, that mecation, that mommy and me trip, you need to plan to sit down with me for a strategic stylist session. Let's go ahead and get your 2025 in gear so that you can have the best year. Okay? And if the investment is too high right now for you to be able to get you a strategic stylist session, also, if you click that link in my YouTube bio, on my YouTube page, that Stand Store link, you can also get the stylist playbook, where you can, it's more of a DIY type system where you can DIY and build your business out until you can get to having a strategic stylist session. So listen, I hope that covers everything that I have talked about. I hope that covers everything about income tax hair. If you have a problem with income tax hair or me not doing income tax hair, that's your problem. That's not mine. Okay? I just want you to know that I have no problem not doing income tax hair. All right? So I'll catch y'all next time. Bye. I'm trying to stop it. I don't know how to stop this on this phone. All right. Well, y'all gonna see the trees for a minute, because I don't know how to stop the live. Oh, y'all gonna see me for a minute. And you too can be a hairstylist who's trying to stop the live. I guess next time I go live on my computer, at least I can stop it immediately, because I'm pressing the X and it ain't Xing. Yep, don't know how to stop this.